She left without a word, just a note on the counter and a closet half empty. Months later, after chasing a fantasy that crashed and burned, she showed up again. But I was no longer the man she left behind.
Welcome to Infidelity Truths. Before we dive into today's gripping story, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more thrilling stories just for you. Let's begin.
I'll try to keep this as coherent as possible. I'm Adam, 34M. And this is the story of how the woman I thought I'd spend my life with, my wife, Nicole, 32F, left me for someone she barely knew, and how I came out on the other side better than I ever thought I could. Nicole and I were together for nearly a decade, married for 7 of those years. We met in college. She was the unapologetic, artsy type, paint-stained jeans, sharp tongue, the kind of woman who quoted obscure poets in casual conversation and never apologized for making people uncomfortable. I was the quiet guy who tutored calculus and carried around a moleskine notebook full of unsent letters. She made the first move, said she liked that I listened, that I never tried to fix her. I liked that she didn't filter herself. With Nicole, everything felt intense, immediate, alive. Our relationship had depth. We weren't perfect, no couple is, but our love felt layered. Year 3. We went through a devastating miscarriage that nearly broke us, but we leaned into each other. We grieved together. And for a while, it made us stronger. We fought sometimes, sure, but we always circled back to each other. At least, I thought we did. That changed last year around March. Nicole began going out more. She said she discovered a new art collective downtown, something she called healing through visual expression. She started doing more abstract pieces, reconnected with a few old creative friends. I was proud. I even turned part of the den into a little art studio for her, stocked it with new brushes, canvases, the works. I wanted her to feel supported. I wanted her to feel seen. But she started pulling away. Conversations grew shorter. Touches became infrequent. She'd come home late, sometimes smelling faintly of sandalwood and something unmistakably masculine. But I didn't confront her. I chalked it up to stress, new passions, maybe even a phase. We tell ourselves what we need to when we're afraid of the truth. Then came July. I had just returned from a quick 2-day work trip. I walked into our apartment and instantly knew something was wrong. Half the closet was empty, her side of the dresser cleared out, her toothbrush gone. For one wild moment, I thought we'd been robbed, until I found the note on the kitchen island. "I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. I've met someone else. Please don't hate me. I need to follow my heart." That was it. No name, no explanation. Just ink and betrayal. 7 years discarded like a receipt. I tried calling. Nothing. Texts went green. Her Instagram was deleted. She'd vanished. A mutual friend, one of the few who still spoke to me, eventually told me the truth. Nicole had moved in with a man named River. Yeah, River. He was 29, a self-proclaimed energy healer, played ambient guitar at underground soul shows, and ran cacao ceremonies in the desert. Lived in a commune-style house that smelled like patchouli and decisions made without foresight. The kind of guy who spoke in riddles and wore beaded necklaces to Whole Foods. I was wrecked. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I stopped showing up to game nights, skipped my nephew's birthday, avoided mirrors. Therapy helped. So did my sister, who moved in temporarily and refused to let me rot away in silence. Bit by bit, I came back to myself. I started running again, picked up a freelance coding gig that took me to Portland for a few weeks. New places, new conversations. I started journaling, tried pottery, not my thing. And slowly, the air started to feel breathable again. I didn't know how much I'd lost myself in our marriage until she left. Then came last month. I was on a date, casual, low stakes. Her name was Claire. We met through a hiking group. She was thoughtful, funny, and didn't make me feel like I had to apologize for being quiet. We were sharing a beer flight at a cozy little brewery when I got the text from an unknown number. "Hey, it's Nicole. Can we talk?" I froze. My pulse went wild. I didn't reply. The next day, another message. "I made a huge mistake. Things didn't work out with River. I miss you. I miss us. Can we meet?" I wrestled with it. Part of me wanted to ignore her completely, But another part, the part that needed closure, said yes. I chose a neutral cafe downtown. She looked different, hollow. Her eyes were tired in a way makeup couldn't fix. She smiled when she saw me, but it trembled. She talked. A lot. Said River turned out to be emotionally unstable, financially reckless, and obsessed with spiritual purity. He'd guilt-trip her for being too attached to the material plane if she asked about rent. She said she left because she felt stifled, uninspired. Said River made her feel alive for a while. Then she hit me with the line that sealed it. I thought you'd always be there. That hit me harder than the affair, harder than the note. That assumption that she could burn everything to the ground, chase a fantasy, and I'd be here, a loyal backup plan. I told her no. I told her I was seeing someone. But more importantly, I told her I was happy, that since she left, I'd rediscovered who I was. I wasn't angry anymore, just done, peacefully done. She cried, asked if I'd ever forgive her. I already did, I said, but forgiveness doesn't come with reinstatement. A week later, one of her former friends sent me a DM guilt-ridden. Turns out Nicole had been seeing River for 9 months, not 3. She started cheating when we were still going on date nights. When I was booking a weekend getaway for our anniversary. When I was still calling her my best friend. Her friends knew. They just didn't know how to tell me. That broke something in me. Not in a bitter way, more like a final severing. A quiet, internal click that said, never again. Nicole didn't take the rejection well. She started breadcrumbing, sending "hope you're okay" texts, then inside jokes from our past. When I responded, I kept it short, polite. She escalated to guilt trips. You're really going to throw away 10 years? You've changed. And she was right. I had changed. That was the point. The final straw came 2 weeks ago. Claire and I were making dinner. Music on low, pasta simmering. There was a knock at the door. I opened it, and there she was, Nicole. Pale, shaky, mascara running. She looked past me and saw Claire. Her face twisted. Oh, you weren't kidding. I stepped outside, closed the door behind me, and told her calmly, but clearly, Nicole, you need to leave. You need to move on. I already have. That was the last time I saw her in person. I blocked her number the same night. Told mutual friends I wanted no more updates. And I meant it. Claire asked me once if I missed Nicole. Not her exactly, but the life we had. And honestly, I don't. Because what I thought we had wasn't real. It was something I kept alive with duct tape and denial, while she was already halfway out the door. Here's what I've learned. Betrayal isn't just about what they did. It's about what it makes you question. Your instincts, your memory, your worth. But with time, the sting fades. And what's left is clarity. And clarity is a gift. Today, my life is simpler, quieter, better. I don't walk on eggshells. I don't second-guess every silence. I don't carry someone else's dissatisfaction on my back like it's mine to fix. Nicole once said she felt invisible in our marriage. Funny. Looking back, I was the one disappearing. If you're reading this and someone walked away from you, burned the bridge, and came back when the fire turned to ash, you don't owe them entry. You don't owe them another try. You survived. You grew. You found peace. Don't trade that for anything. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, share with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real stories about healing, strength, and starting over. And hit that bell icon so you never miss a post.